Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Schlueter. I'll be the instructor for your course. For those of you who have not met me yet, who have not taken another course from me, just a little bit of my background. I've been a special education teacher for 32 years, started in early childhood, and then did some elementary for a couple of years, moved into the middle school, and then ended up in the high school through a series of different events. Life has its way of having its twists and turns. And but most of my career was done at the high school level, or a lot of it anyway. Before that, I was a group home house parent. I worked in a recreation program for adults with disabilities. I made donuts in college to pay for tuition and have some Friday night money, more Friday night money than tuition, I'm afraid. But anyway, yeah, so that's just a little bit of me. I'm also been very involved in Circle of Friends in Nebraska, and I consult on several different projects. And if you're interested, you can read more about my background and my professional life in the introductory discussion, where I will also learn more about you. So the purpose of this video is just to help you navigate the class. I find I save a lot of my time and your time by answering questions ahead of time. Otherwise, every semester I tend to get the same questions over and over again. So let me taught for Doane, by the way, for, I don't know, I think it's going on 15 years now, for quite a while as an adjunct on the side. Let me share my screen with you and we'll quickly go through. This will be a very short video. I'll go through how the class is going to work. Oh, you know what? Let me put this into student view. Where is that? There we go. View a student. This is what you'll see. All righty. So this is the video that you're watching right now. Start here, click to view this navigating this course. It's just the same video link. So you've already done that if you're watching this now. My instructor contact is here. You can contact me by text, phone, email. I like text messages because you're going to get to me quicker that way. I always feel bad if you only have, say, an hour or two set aside to do schoolwork, and then you have a question and you can't proceed doing your work unless you've gotten a hold of me. And I could have logged off 2 minutes before you logged on, and I might not get to an email for 24 hours. So it is perfectly fine to email me, or excuse me, to email's fine too, but phone calls and texts, I really enjoy text messages. They seem to be pretty efficient. So just so you know, that's where that is. And by the way, I set the home page to the same as modules because this is really all you need to know is where those things are. The class Zoom link is here. We do not meet regularly on Zoom. I put the link in there in case you ever do want to meet on Zoom. If you know an email or a text message isn't enough and you need a longer explanation about something or want to chat about something, we can do that too. So I just put those in the course. The syllabus is here. And if you're the person that wants to read through a whole syllabus, please do. I will show you the part that I find that most students are interested in, and that is the end part. And on this little chart, the first column is preliminary class plans and topics. These are the things we'll be covering. The assessment and expectations for completion is just how they're going to be assessed. And then the due dates and the points, so you know where your grade's coming from. So I just want to point that out. And now we'll go back to the modules. So in the first week's a little bit different, and then it's just the course introduction. I like to have kind of a slow start for people, just so you can learn, what's up with the class and where things are and all that. So all we really have the first week is your introductory discussion. And so you're just going to go in there and introduce yourself. There's some questions here and prompts that you can whatever you care to share with us. And then here's just a little bit more about me. My CV's in there too. So the first week is just 1 week, okay? And the dates are right here. Now, if you're watching this video and I choose to use it, this is a winter semester. If I choose to use it in a spring semester and you're watching this video, your dates might be different. Just ignore what I'm saying the dates here and just always use the ones that are in Canvas. They'll be in the first gray box for each section. All right, so first week's pretty easy. The rest of the course is set up in 2-week modules, all right? And there's 6 2-week modules. Module 1 runs through weeks 2 and 3 of the course, and then the dates for week 2 in this session are week 2 goes from January 20th to 26th. Week 3 is from the January 27th to February 2nd. The weeks run from Monday through Sunday, okay? And you'll see if I scroll down here, that's module 1. Module 2 goes from weeks 4 and 5, and here's the dates. Module 3 is weeks 6 and 7. There's the dates for those weeks, and so on through module 6. So we'll go back to the first module here, which is during weeks 2 and 3, after the introduction week. And you're going to click over the instructions on the instruction link. There's no required textbook for this course. I try to put everything in one place. My doctoral program was all online, and one of the things that drove me crazy was never being able to find where anything was. So I try to put everything in one place here. So you're going to go through and do the reading and the video, whatever is provided there, and then you'll go to the discussion board. All right, and I'm going to get into specific discussion, what I'm looking for in just a minute. And then there will be the assignment instructions here. All right, watch this video lecture for this one. I'm not going to read this to you because you'll be able to read this when the time comes. It'll tell you everything that you need to know. If I put in a template, please make your own copy. Don't type on the one that's here. And I try to put examples in so you know what I'm looking for. Okay, so that is it for the instructions, and every module is the same, that you're going to get an instruction sheet. There's no sheets here. We don't use paper. But you'll get an instruction link and you'll open it and do what it says there. Let me go into one of the discussion boards so you can see what I'm looking for. So this is the module 1 discussion board. The title is School Programming and Inclusion. You may or may not be a fan of discussion boards, but it is really the best place we have to collaborate. And you could either type your video, your discussion initial post and your 3 responses. You can make a video post if you prefer to do that rather than type it up. It doesn't really matter to me. Let me walk you through the first one here. Describe a situation you have experienced or observed in which school programming fostered successful inclusion of a, you know what? Excuse me, I'm going to go back to a different one. I put more. Oh, no, I'm in the right spot. Never mind. Describe a situation you have experienced or observed in which school programming fostered successful inclusion of a particular student and one in which it did not. Please use pseudonyms to protect student identities. Discuss how information in the videos could guide special education programming decisions to best benefit students, teachers, and families. End your post with a thought-provoking question for your colleagues. So please do these things in here. Provide evidence to support your positions, okay? So these aren't just opinion pieces, although your opinions are welcome, but I would like to know that you have read the materials and watched the video, so talk about them. I'm not asking for APA references and citations. You don't need to do that, but I do want you to refer to, and in your initial posts, and you can do it in your responses too, is say, yeah, and in this article, it made me think of this, or it was different in my school than it was in the article, or I agree with this in the article, or I disagree with this in the video, and refer to whatever video that you watch. So when I read your initial post, one of the things that I'm looking for is that I can tell that you have accessed the course content, okay? Provide evidence to support your positions. They shouldn't just be opinion pieces. Refer to content and other outside sources. That's fine. You don't have to just stick to the course content. Discussion posts are not to be simple opinion pieces. It should be evident in your post that you have read and viewed the course content. And you can also please share links to relevant articles, websites, and videos. So if you're bringing in outside sources, which I hope you do, if you mention a program, please don't just use an acronym because we might not all be familiar with it, with what it is. To type out the whole word of what that program or book or whatever approach is. And it's even better if you can also include a link to information about that program or curriculum or book or whatever it is you want to talk about. Provide counter arguments on the opposite side. We don't all have to agree with each other. Please disagree with me if I say something in a discussion, because there's no, some of this is not an exact science. There is some trial and error involved. We always are going for evidence-based best practice, but sometimes we have different experiences. You're more than welcome to disagree with me anytime that you want. Please do. And if you have related personal, professional experiences, we always like to hear about what we're doing in each other's classrooms, so please share those too, anything that's related to the case study, and consider sharing them to enhance your position. So we love to hear about what's going on in your classrooms, your student teaching, wherever you are in your program. And then there's a minimum of 3 responses in each discussion required. Please do more than simply compliment your colleagues on their posts. If all you say in your replies is, great post, I really enjoyed reading it, you're probably going to lose a few points. Instead, in your responses, you can challenge their thinking, bring up counter arguments to the points they make. On the points with which you agree, provide additional support for their perspective, share related personal professional experiences, share links to relevant articles, websites, and videos. And I want to put in here too, please respond to questions that they are asked of you in the discussion board. So your initial post will always be due the first week of that module. Here in module 1, the first week happens to be week 2. And then your minimum of 3 responses are due Sunday by midnight of week 3. Okay. And so they're all set up like that. Every single module is the same. Oh, one more thing to point out to you in module 1. And then there's the spot to submit your assignments. There's 2 assignments this week in addition to the discussion board. So you'll submit the first one here. You just click on it. I don't tend to put other additional instructions here because I think it just confuses you and makes you read more. All the instructions will be in that instruction link. But you'll excuse me, you'll submit that assignment here and this assignment there. Just click on those links and upload it. So every module is the same. 2 weeks. Here's when the first week of that module is, the second week of that module, the instruction link, the discussion, and where you submit this. One thing I would like to point out, oh, a scratchy throat. In week 3 of this course, it might be a different week and a different course, depending on when you're taking it. We have the instruction, but in this one, we're doing our IEP role plays, which is a big part of this course. If you would, I just want to point out that there is a specific instruction video. I'm going to grab a drink of water. Give me a second. Sorry about that. You can tell I've talked for a long time. It doesn't faze me at all. In the video, you're going to watch this, and there's a lot of instructions for the IEP role plays. So during the module of the IEP role plays where we start those, make sure that you watch this video. I just want to point out that that's there. One other thing to point out is that there's a discussion each week, except in week 6 of this course, there is no discussion. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to point out, and I don't think there is. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you and getting to know you in the class. Reach out anytime you have a question. And I look forward to getting to know you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.